I think as a Liverpool fan, I speak for everybody when I say this, right? We're scared of what's gonna happen in the Champions League final. So the 10th of June in Ataturk Olympic Stadium, Istanbul, Turkey. The moment we've all been waiting for 9 months. It's finally here. Man City versus Inter Milan. Before I tell you my prediction, let's first take a look at both teams. First, Inter Milan. Now bear with me, okay? I don't watch a lot of Italian football, so I might have missed some things here, but bear with me, please. I don't watch a lot of Italian football. I mean, like, let's be honest, bro. Most of us here, since Ronaldo left, we've all switched off Italian football. I'm like, but let's take a look at Inter Milan's transfers. This season, Inter Milan brought in 9 players, spending a combined transfer fee of 27.5 million. I know you're asking me like, Nelson, Kanjani, bro, how did they spend 27.5 million in 9 players? Let me tell you, they brought in 3 players on free this season, being Henrik Mkhitaryan, Andre Onana, and Omar Diallo. Another 4 of them were brought on loan, being Francisco Acerbi, Christian Aslani, Raul Bellanova, and everyone's favorite, Lakaka. Only 2 players were bought, being Alem Nezrevic for 200,000 euros and Joaquin Correa for 27.3 million. Let's take a look at this season. At the time of recording this video, Inter Milan are 3rd on the Italian table, having played 36 games and having 66 points. I would say, like, again, I don't watch a lot of Italian football. I would say like it was not their best season, because I saw maybe with transfers they were making with Mkhitaryan, Lukaku, and Onana, like you would think like they'll go and challenge for the title, but that didn't go up because Napoli were on crack, you see. So it wasn't their best season in terms of the league. They finished 3rd, but they did well. They did secure Champions League, unlike my other team. But it wasn't all that bad. They won the Supercoppa Italia at the beginning of the season, and also recently they won the Coppa Italia, beating Fiorentina in the final. Let's take a look at Inter Milan's UCL season. Inter Milan were in the so-called group of death, having Bayern and Barcelona in the same group. Oh, and little old Victoria Plzen.
Yeah.
What's it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Get that out of here.
I'm gonna be honest, right? I did not think that Inter Milan was gonna go to that group. I thought it was clearly gonna be Barcelona and Bayern Munich, because like it's the best thing to vote on. But man, Barcelona was showing the composure of a constipated donkey and completely bottled that whole UCL season. Fell down to Europa League. You see, the only teams that qualified for the round of 16 were Inter Milan and Bayern Munich, and sadly left the total Plzen with 0 points. Inter narrowly beat Porto in the round of 16, winning 1-0 against them. Goal scorers were Lukaku. Moving to the quarterfinals, which was amazing, by the way. Inter versus Benfica. It was one of like the best games in the Champions League. Like, for example, first game, Inter Milan won 2-0 against Benfica, and the second leg was a thrilling 3-3 draw. My goodness. Benfica were pushing, but Inter Milan were the team that prevailed, beating them 5-3 at the end of the day. The 5 goals scored by Inter were by Barella, Lukaku, Barella again, Lautaro Martinez, and Correa. And finally, the semi-final. It was a Milan derby. Like, bro, imagine semi-final of the Champions League, a Milan derby. But that game was dead, man. That game was dead. Like, yes, Inter Milan did beat Inter Milan. Yes, Inter Milan did beat AC Milan 3-0, but the second game was a 1-0. Like, I did not watch the game, but I heard that it was dead. And I literally thought that AC Milan was gonna win that game. I don't know, because it's AC Milan and they're gonna go and play it in that famous stadium where they lost 3-3 penalties against Liverpool. I thought like it was written in the stars and AC Milan were going through, but Inter Milan had other plans. Goals scored by Dzeko, Mkhitaryan and Lautaro Martinez, and that is Milan's season. Let's check City's season. Manchester City brought in 7 players with a combined fee of 150.5 million. And these players were Stefan Ortega and Terrell Achiamen on a free. And the other players that were actually bought were Maximano Perrone for 11 million, Sergio Gomez for 13 million, Manuel Akanji for 17.5 million, Kevin Phillips for 49 million, and Norwegian Viking himself, Erling Haaland for 60 million. What a bargain! Let's check Manchester City's domestic season. Manchester City now are the Premier League champions because Arsenal decided to become Red Tottenham.
It's time to go!
Sitting on top with 89 points, having played 37 games. So far, that's the only cup that have won in terms of domestic, in terms of England, but they're in the FA Cup final against Manchester United, so you won't count them. You see, we don't count the eggs before they hatch, you see. So they might win the FA Cup also, and the Champions League, and then them winning the treble. My goodness. Manchester City's UCL season. Manchester City's group consisted of Borussia Dortmund, Sevilla and Copenhagen, and they finished comfortably with 14 points on top, having won 4 games, draw 2 and lost 0. Let's take a look at the round of 6. 8-1. Manchester City beat RB Leipzig 8-1 in aggregate. Damn. You're like, bro, like 8-1. Like, you hardly ever see those types of scores in the Champions League knockout stages. My goodness. Goals scored in RB Leipzig were Guardiola and Chai, no one else. Manchester City was Riyad Mahrez the first leg, Erling Haaland in the second leg with 5, Gundogan with 1, and also Kevin De Bruyne with 1. They jumped to the quarterfinals. Manchester City beat Bayern Munich 4-1 in aggregate. And if you were paying close attention in Manchester City's UCL season, you could see like a recurring theme in the knockout stages. They'll draw the first leg, and then the second leg they'll dismantle the team. Like, same thing with RB Leipzig, and now with Bayern Munich, they draw the first leg. Now, boom, 3-0. Just like that, beating Bayern Munich, which they were like, I don't know, champions like 2 seasons or 3 seasons ago, dismantled them. Crazy. City's goal scorers were Erling Haaland with 2 goals across the 2 legs, Rodri and Silva. And Bayern Munich's goal scorers were Joshua Kimmich. As we moved to the semi-finals, first leg was a thrilling 1-1 draw with the reigning champions Real Madrid, goals scored by Vini Jr. and Kevin De Bruyne. Even though the second leg was at the Etihad, Real Madrid are the reigning champions, having stars like Karim Benzema, Vini Jr., Modric, Camavinga, Rodri, and the eyebrow of Carlo Ancelotti. There was no way Real Madrid could lose at Etihad, right? Right? Yes, 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 yes. 4-0 at the Etihad. Damn. Woo. 4-0 at the Etihad. Real Madrid got humiliated. You whom? I can't even speak right now. They got dismantled, humiliated, done. My goodness. Yo, Goals scored by Real Madrid were Vini Jr. Goals scored by Manchester City were 2 Bernardo Silva goals, 1 Militao own goal, and a Julian Alvarez late goal. So here we are, the Champions League final. I'm gonna be honest here, right? I know the obvious thing that I could go for here is an Inter Milan win, because who wants Manchester? Like, if you want Manchester City to win and you're not a Manchester City fan, you are crazy, dog. You are crazy. Okay, you are crazy. See, but you have to be realistic. At the end of the day, you have to be realistic. And when I took the time to think about the score, like, it just simply came into mind. My prediction is Manchester City 4-0. Why not? Why not? Hey, stop bullying me, bro. Why not, bro? Why not? You typing hate comments? I'll delete those hate comments, bro. This is my channel. Why not? I believe, like, I hope Inter Milan wins, but it's Manchester City. I think Manchester City will trump Inter Milan 4-0 in the final. And that's it. Manchester City, champions. First time in their history. Wow. But hey, type in the comments who you think is going to win the Champions League final. I still think it's going to be Manchester City. I hope it's not them, but I think it's going to be Manchester City. My prediction is 4-0 Manchester City.